Welcome to the Uncut 90. I am your host today, Rookie, here with some of our favorite analysts. Ben, welcome back. I don't know if it's been a while actually, but
It's
welcome.
been ages. I know
I
you've
don't
been
know
dying
about
to
that.
see me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your podcast on his back.
Thank you for joining us. Akwi, welcome.
Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, repping your Gunners. Delapo.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back here to help out, in the world of football. So please listen closely.
And last but not least, we have George. Hi.
Lil Pep, the people's favorite. I'm here to give you guys unbiased analysis. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, we
It's gonna
don't
be
know
a
who
good
the
episode.
people are, but sure.
Hey, they go and read the reviews. You see it. It's like we want more of George. More of George, please. More
I
of
have yet
George.
to see that
I'm
comment.
here.
Okay. Thank you. Ben, I'm going to come straight to you. And we're going to go ahead and recap some of the games that have just happened over the weekend and this week. Liverpool, was going through a tough time prior to the international break and seemed they continued down that trajectory on Sunday. Did you get a chance to watch Liverpool versus Manchester United?
Yeah, I did. Largely,
That's
I
good.
missed the first half, but the second half, yeah, I caught up.
You missed the
With
first
you.
half. That's
Yeah.
the first time I'm hearing of you missing a first half or any half of a Liverpool game. But
Seriously, I had to watch because I wasn't planning to watch it though, but then I had to watch because I couldn't believe my eyes with the scoreline, so I had to see what was happening.
And
So
what
what
were
was
your
happening?
takeaways?
It was just, I think Liverpool is going through a rough patch right now. Like they were going through a rough patch, and I think it was down to hard luck for the most part of it because
Hard
I
luck.
haven't seen Liverpool play anywhere close to what they did against United. I think that was a massive improvement over what we've seen during the course of the season. It's been largely underwhelming performance with some late winners, which we've somehow become the victims in past weeks. But I think that comparatively, like to the previous game, I think Liverpool actually turned up the heat in the second half against United, but it was just not meant to be. It was just another day for the Ups.
Okay. Akwi, I'm curious to get your take on the match between Liverpool and United. I don't know how much of it you saw, but
I think that's a decent assessment. I mean, I didn't really see the opening 30 minutes, let's say, right? But right off the bat, it seems like Liverpool started a little bit lazy. Their defenders especially, from the goal, it just looks like a poor lapse in concentration and they conceded. After that, though, it looks like they, grew into the game. They had a ton of chances. They missed a ton of chances. I think they can feel hard done by not getting something out of the game. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, over time, learning from some fans for some Liverpool fans like Daniel, over time, I've learned that just XG cannot indicate the result. So, while they missed an abundance of chances, it just wasn't their day. And I would just like a special shout out for the one and only, the undeniable Harry Maguire, who time and time again answers the call. I remember the abuse that man faced. Look at Harry Maguire.
Yes.
What a header. In a time of need, he came through once again. One time for Harry Maguire. And then also lost in the sauce. Say what you want, but it looks like Amorim had a good game plan. It looks like he had a good game plan. He made sure they were fired and ready to go from the start of the whistle. You want a situation like what happened in the first was a 5-10 minutes. That's exactly what you want to happen. So I want to give the coach credit where it's due. It seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. I like what he said after the game as well, to keep a level head, because the same media that killed him was praising him. But give credit where it's due. Hopefully they follow it up with a good performance. Liverpool has followed up with a good performance, but I think Ben's assessment was fair. I just think that sometimes it doesn't pan out that way.
okay.
Can
I'm
I
gonna stick
say
with
some
you.
things?
Oh,
No, don't stick to him
sure.
yet. I have some thoughts. Sorry, I'm just
Okay.
haven't eaten anything, so I'm really hungry, and my brain is just really working. So anyway, I don't know. I'm telling you random things. I want us to point out the fact. First of all, he mentioned Harry Maguire. A lot of people try to say he was a Popo player when he wasn't, but I want it to be known that I was one of the only people that gave him a chance to redeem himself, and he has. So shout out to
How
him.
kind of you.
Also want to point out just a couple pointers from this game.
Mm.
Manchester United, until further notice, Mason Mount must start. It was just a clear difference. I just want it to be known. And then, thirdly, no, I definitely did not see it again. But I know that Mason Mount starting is all that matters. Once he's there, despite his performances, he makes things happen. You need energy. He brings it. New goalkeeper from Manchester United is on Popo alert. He might be a Popo player.
He's already been called. What are you talking about?
Okay. He was not called on this podcast. So listeners, notice I'm the first to kind of say I might back him, still scouting.
Okay. He was called by me. Thank you. Nice
Fair
try,
enough. And then I don't know where you're going to go. So I'm going to, apologize if I'm taking this where you're not trying to go. But Liverpool, we have to talk about Liverpool. Like, outside of the game, outside of them, quote unquote, bouncing back, they lost like 4 games in a row. And I feel like we didn't record that whole time. So we have to talk about that.
We didn't.
They haven't had a clean sheet in like 2 years. We have to talk about that. So, Ben, I know you have some thoughts.
Has it been 2 years? Has it really been 2 years?
It feels like 2 years. Maybe it's 3 years.
Can one of our fact checkers, can we get a fact checker here?
Uncut 90 stats team will get back to you.
Akwi, I am nominating you as fact checker while we discuss this. Thank you.
So, yeah, Ben, please, can you just tell us what's going on? Before we started recording, I was asking about Salah for my FPL team. I noticed they didn't start the Champions League game, and they played well. They did not miss him. Ekateke has to start at this point. So, I mean, what's going on with Liverpool? I just want to know. I want to know. The people want to know. Ben, tell us what's going on.
You can attribute some of them to individual performances, but it's all down to the manager. I mean, the buck stops with him. You had a steady team last season, and I know people do make fun of the fact that you've added a lot of expensive players to the squad, but you don't change a winning team just like that and trying to fix everybody in at the right time, like at this particular time. It's not really like budget well for the team. And for consistency's sake, at least for the few games that we started of the season, we weren't playing exceptionally well, but at least we're getting the results. And you have to keep the momentum going. So that means you will have to just simply reward performances. But that wasn't that's not what Slot was doing. He was just rewarding like loyalty. And I feel personally, Salah need to sit some games out.
Didn't you just hand him a brand new contract worth $400,000
that was the biggest mistake. I was a big advocate against that. Him and Van Dijk.
Why were you an advocate against that if,
your best player
was, I would say, the driving reason behind your success last season?
Well, once they give him the money, everything stopped. He was playing for the contract, obviously.
I mean,
so
but is that fair? Like 2 seasons ago,
of your
he was
best
scoring.
Player leaving, even though without him, you definitely would not have won the title last season.
Well, at the time that we gave him the contract, I think the league was already wrapped up. So you probably might want to have an exit plan for him. Start making some calls to Saudi or something. And just get him out of the way and find a suitable replacement or something like that. I mean, now they are in for Semenyo, which I believe has been in the work for for some time now from my reliable sources. They've been on him for some time now, and they should have made a move. I mean, Salah, I've been saying.
So you're saying they should have let go of Mo Salah?
Yeah, I mean,
without any sort of transition, moving away from Salah. And
what is the transition now? Now we are forced to play 10 against 11 all the time because you have to play with a name, but the man is on the field. This is what we are doing right now to our team. And it's hurting us, but nobody's actually...
I guess I'm not really understanding the point that you're making right now.
My point is...
So let me, Ben, can I chime in? I feel like with the Salah situation, we've seen that multiple times. We've seen that play out multiple times, like where a player is going to have a really good season and then contract is expiring. So they have a good season and then you just hand them like a crazy amount of like money and expect them to stay. And then you expect them to also like perform at that same level. We've seen that play out multiple times. It happened to Aubameyang when he was at Arsenal. It happened to KDB at Man City. I think it even happened to Rashford when he was at United. We've seen that play out so many times. And if you really look at Salah, if you really analyze his game, and I've been saying this multiple times, he's not the kind of player that will give you anything outside of goals. And I think with the way Slot was playing, or Slot's tactical setup and whatnot, I feel like the best thing they were supposed to do was to just sell Salah, get some money out of that. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna get some money out, but like find a way to get something out of Salah.
Oh, definitely would have.
I don't know. They could have done something, like maybe extend him for like 2 years. But I feel like now they're probably gonna sell him. They're still gonna get money out of Salah. But I just feel like the money they gave him, we've seen that play out so many times. You can't just hand someone that amount of money when you know they are playing for a contract. You should not be doing that. As a top team, you should not be doing that.
I feel like you want to chime in here.
I definitely do. I have a question because I love, I love where George and Ben are coming from. I love when we start to make declarations about players like in their worst moments. Admittedly,
I said that in the group chat. I said that in the group chat. I did say
listen. I just have a simple question for you, George and Ben. I would like your answers. Since you guys are saying they should have sold Salah and blah, 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 blah. Can you guys please go on record and tell us what kind of season is Salah going to have? Is Salah going to score less than 15 goals? Like, give us some numbers. Give us something that we know that you guys are really backing what you're saying. Don't just tell me they should have sold Salah and then Salah scores 20 goals and you guys will be quiet. So what are we getting from him this season?
No, personally, I feel his game is going to pick up at some point when the team is flowing.
Oh, so they should goals
is not going to be the issue. Actually, a lot of players are putting the shit on the field, and Salah is just waiting on the goals. You see the sort of pressing from Ekateke, Chiesa, even Wirtz. Wirtz, he's doing a lot of work, and if you have analyzed Liverpool games so much this season, you get to realize that the reason why Wirtz is moving on the 007 trajectory is because Salah is not helping me out. Sometimes a simple 1-2, just a pass for him to just get a tap in, Salah is going to miss that opportunity. A true ball for Salah to beat just one player, he's going to fumble it. And I realized that Wirtz was actually playing well when he had Ekateke. But then when he has to deal with Salah, everything is not moving in the right direction for him. So his performance is actually having a negative impact on the team. And I understand the manager. You cannot bench such a huge name. But at some point, you have to swallow the bitter pill and just do what is best for the team. Like what we did against Frankfurt, I'm sure if Salah was on the field, we weren't going to get the same output from that end of the field. It wasn't going to happen.
So what you're saying is that Salah is the problem.
He is part of the problem. I have my people in the team that I've been complaining about. Konate is one big suspect. VVD is another one. And then the new keeper that we have, I've told you guys to put on a fraud watch. That guy was averaging 3 goals in preseason. And he has continued with that good performance since Alisson left.
You were conceding even under Alisson, so...
But under Alisson, he was making so much save and winning us games. He's the reason why we didn't concede 7 goals against Palace, at least in the first half. He's the reason why we survived Palace in the first half, for the game to even travel that length, to think about we even trying to win the game. The same for Newcastle and every other game of the season. Even against us now, he sort of built us out. But then with Mama or whatever his name is, he was averaging 3 goals. The improvement is that he's doing 2 now in the league.
Yeah, the stats team, Uncut 90 stats team just sent me a text message. They said that Liverpool has kept 2 clean sheets in their last 20 matches. I don't know how you're blaming this new keeper, but continue blaming him.
It could have been more because, I watched our preseasons and the guy was actually averaging 3 goals per game. And I knew we were in for trouble if Alisson was injured. And truth be told, he's kept up with that. And some of even with United game, I felt the way Mbeumo dinked it over him, Alisson could have put some miracle over there. Because I saw your keeper, he was literally saving everything that was coming his way. I didn't understand what was going on. This was not a typical United I was used to, but then sometimes the keeper also makes a difference. So I feel there are some few players we can point out to that they are actually those costing us. But at the same time, the manager needs to be bold in certain decisions. forget the trolls. There's no point in dropping Wirtz for anything, because if you analyze the game with critical eyes, the guy is actually doing something. We are missing easy chances and then blaming him for not coming up with the assist. How do you miss like a chance from 6 yards out and it has to be Wirtz's fault? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Who missed the chance from 6 yards out?
I don't want to mention the name, otherwise you guys will get me. But
No,
anyway.
no. I feel like that should be part of the conversation.
Oh, well, I'm not going to.
Who missed the chance?
We can throw an alias over here. I mean, the Somalian assassin, but it's okay.
So you do agree that he has not fully integrated into the team and is not
he
doing
hasn't,
what you
and it
expected
doesn't.
him to
It
do.
makes no sense, and it beats all imagination as to why you want to have someone like Ekateke sit on the bench in that hot form to play somebody who ran out of breath after 50 minutes jogging on the field.
Interesting.
And then you have the opportunity to even lie your way through out of the situation. He comes on the platform and he's like, well, you have to play. If you want to bench someone like Salah and Isak, you would have to. It's not going to be an easy thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he literally gave excuses for Salah and Isak. They have to play no matter what because of the name. That's what he said. It's crazy, but I think Slot has blood on his hand. I've put him on the front watch.
I see. That's an interesting assessment, especially, the fingers that are being pointed at Salah. That's a bit shocking. But we're gonna go ahead and transition over to Champions League. And Akwi, there is a big game this week for Arsenal.
But I think we've not said much about the game in terms of praising United. Akwi said something, but I think we all need to.
He did.
Yeah, but we all need to commend United. They came with a perfect game plan. And for me, though he didn't get on target, I think Cunha was like
immense.
Yeah, he was my man of the match. He actually had you guys moving. You can't take the ball off him, a player you have in your team.
Yeah. Thank you for the United praise. But we're going to move on from this match because we spent quite a bit of time on Liverpool. So, Akwi, why don't you walk us through the match against Atletico Madrid that happened 2 days ago?
You didn't see it. My pleasure. Wow. So, we were promised...
But let's not do this. Let's not be insufferable, okay?
We were promised haram. We were promised the exact opposite of the Liverpool Atletico Madrid fixture we saw earlier on in the Champions League round. But Arsenal, they didn't have the best first half, to be very honest. I think there were some missed chances. It wasn't clicking. But in the second half, through perseverance, big Gyökeres. Just with all that, I just want everybody to understand that we've come from Koscielny. I'm very excited, and it's an exciting time to be an Arsenal fan because when everybody expected us to get smacked around, we showed up, and that never happens. That never happens. And
smacked
I think
around by
it's a
Atletico?
testament to the teams. Yeah, you don't remember when Griezmann was there dancing?
Griezmann doesn't even play for Atletico, basically. So, no, you're not expected to be smacked around by Atletico. But sorry, continue.
Oh, no. I didn't understand what you were saying. But the last time we played them, we got smacked around.
Okay.
Griezmann was doing his little dance.
Understood.
People were saying that, people were saying that it was going to be a haram-type fixture, and then somehow Simeone and the boys would pull out through. I don't think anybody had Arsenal winning. Or even if they had Arsenal winning, to be fair, no, I take that back. People are starting to rate us small. Oh, the defense is nice. What is Arteta building? But people did give us the nod. However, nobody expected that. If they tell you they saw that 4-0, that lying straight to your face. And I'm just really proud of the boys for persevering because it wasn't there, but they were persistent. Saka was fantastic. He was getting back to, I think towards the start of the season, he didn't really have his legs under him, still recover. He just didn't look himself. I think this is the best he's been all season, and it's coming at the right time. Now we really just have to build on this and then capitalize. It was good to see Gyök score more than one. None from penalties. So it was a great fixture for Arsenal, a statement win. Fair play Simeone, but sometimes you got to eat that L. One more time for the English teams.
I see. George, I could see you kind of shaking your head there. I feel like you have a difference of opinion.
I don't know if people watch Atletico Madrid. They don't play defensive football anymore. Atletico Madrid is not the team that plays defensive football anymore. So this whole
Okay.
thing that the game was going to be haram, I'm like, if you really watch Atletico Madrid, they don't play defensive football. They actually play attacking football. And their
Delapo,
defense
would
is
you
also...
agree with that? You guys just faced
Yes,
Atletico
they
quite
just beat
recently.
Madrid.
That's so funny that you
Yeah,
tried
they
to do
beat...
that. That's nasty. Okay. Yes, they play attacking
Yeah,
football.
Did you not
We
play
no,
that?
they do.
Like,
George is
what?
right. George is right.
But
My
yeah,
God.
I just don't get the whole point of, the game was gonna be haram. I'm like, yo, the game was gonna be haram because you guys don't follow Atletico Madrid and you don't know how they play now. So you're assuming that the team that is going to show up is probably going to
Is
play like, the way they used to
old
play
school
back in
Atletico.
20. Exactly. That's what people were thinking. But it is what it is. Honestly, I felt like it was gonna be a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like I thought Atletico Madrid was going to score. And I felt like Arsenal was going to score as well. But like who was going to win the game, I wasn't quite sure. I wasn't expecting a 4-0. But yeah, shout out to
Okay.
Arsenal. But the thing is that we've been here multiple times in the season, 8 games in October. Like, for some reason, they are favorites to win Champions League, favorites to win the league. I'm like, it's only October. There's no way all of a sudden now I'm seeing predictions. It's like, oh, Arsenal are favorites to win Champions League. Oh, Arsenal are favorites. They have 55% chance of winning the English league. I'm like, where is this stuff coming from? It's only October.
Happens all the time,
Do you understand? Like, it's only October. Let's just relax.
Okay,
They
so
have a
Ben,
good
you are not
spell.
convinced by that one either.
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. Every season, the team that seems to be in form at the beginning of the season, they just throw those stats about, those chances about, and all those things. And let's not debunk the haram theory. I mean, it's still in existence, still at play.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
For
So
which
I saw
team?
this game. I want to chime in on this game. Like,
Okay.
Akwi talked about it. Arsenal did well to get the result. They did well to get the win. You
Mhm.
can't take anything away from them. But it's
Okay.
one of those things where when you watch a game, goals change games, like we all know, right? This game in the first
This is
half
true.
was even. There was nothing between the teams. It could have gone either way. Arsenal scored their first goal. How did they score
Yeah.
the goal, Rookie? How does Arsenal score their goals? It's the way they always do it. Not discrediting the goal, not discrediting the fact
I
that
don't
they
know.
create
How do they do it?
We
How
know
do
how
they
they
do
do
it?
it.
Tell the people
We know
how they do it.
Gabriel
Some
with the
people
header
don't.
somehow. We
Some
don't know.
people
He always
don't.
gets free, right? But the point
Okay.
being, Gabriel doesn't score that goal. Things are different, right? The second goal, or I think it's the second goal, Jerker scored one goal that he kicked the defender and the ball. It's like it was a grab goal. My point is not that they didn't score, they didn't deserve to win. My point is simply that
It's that it
it's
wasn't
not
a
this
routing like the
exactly.
score line
It was not
says.
tantalizing football. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, Arsenal. It was not that. It was they scored 2
Exactly.
goals. Atletico had to chase because why not? It's a league game. There's no point in defending when it's 2-0. You need to go get goals. So it opened up even more. But when the
I
game was
see.
close, it was even. But shout out to Arsenal for getting the win. They deserved the win. They played better. I just want us to keep that in mind when we're talking about haram, not haram. You wouldn't watch this game and
Okay.
say,
Yeah,
oh,
we-
Arsenal is no longer haram. No, it's still the haram we've been seeing.
I feel like you.
I have many things to
Why?
say, and I feel like it's just very frustrating when people come and analyze Arsenal. One, to George's point, it's like we can't celebrate and be happy that the team is in good form. Two, to Dolapa's points, first of all, we played a good. Please let me land. I'm still taking off. The points I'm making about to Dolapo's points, we played a good game. They expected us to be defensive. We were on the offensive. We missed many chances. Yes, the goals were gra, but we missed many chances. And then on the flip side of things, yes, they went our way. When people are analyzing City and other teams as, oh, City weren't at their best today, but look at how they smashed these guys 4-0. City weren't at their best, and they still got Haaland to get them out of it with 2 goals. That, like, the way we analyze Arsenal and City is very different. We played a good game.
Because
and
it has
we
to be
got a
different.
result.
Because you're not the same. You don't play the same pattern. It has to be different.
We don't play the same pattern. And then let me land again, back to style of play. We came out to play football. And what you guys continue to just deny, and not give him credit for is the type of team that he's built. We're able to play in different kinds of ways. If you want to sit back, fine. We'll continue to disturb you. If you come out and play, like you mentioned Gabriel's goal forced you to do, these are set pieces. Go and learn how to defend them as part of the game. You've now conceded a goal goal, they force you to come and play out. When you come out, they murder you. Yes, the goals were gra-gra, but they missed chances. They missed goals off of good plays of football. It was good defending on the Atletico Madrid part. It's just very frustrating when the things did not go our way and it was the flip side and goals change games, like that Gordon goal against Newcastle Arsenal Christmas. I remember it very well because I was at a wedding. That one where they thought it went out of bounds, it stayed in bounds. Gordon's
good time, huh?
And it's still stuck in my head because that goal changed the game. And then off of that, the narrative is now different. Yes, sometimes you have to get gra-gra goals, but even in that, I think it's unfair. I don't think Lapel did this, but I don't want to take anything away from Arsenal's performance just because of the nature, or like maybe gra got the ball rolling. That's football. Sometimes it be like that.
That's true.
See, the thing is, no one is saying that you can't score gra goals. No one is saying that. Like at some point, like certain games, you play certain games, you need that one gra goal, which is fine. But what we are saying is, you guys are doing this from game week 1 all the way till now. You're still doing it. Do you understand? It's
and
not
you
like
still
a one-time
haven't
thing.
stopped it. We are good at set pieces. Go and practice. What is practice for? We've been doing it for over a year now, to your points. Why haven't you people been learning how to defend it? A good defensive manager like Simeone got smacked on set pieces. And let me just get this off. Set pieces.
I didn't finish. You cut me off.
I
was talking and then
apologize.
you cut me off.
I apologize.
Okay.
That's rude. But then Liverpool just scored 2 set piece goals in that victory. Nobody's talking about it. But Arsenal.
This is true.
Because like I said, what you're failing to understand is Liverpool does not score on set pieces. I feel like majority
They're
of their
not
goals
dependent
come from,
on set
hold
piece
on.
goals.
Majority of their goals come from, don't interrupt me. Majority of their goals come from open play. Maybe a percentage of it, like 20% from set pieces. When you look at Arsenal, you guys are like, what, 70% set pieces
90.
and then 30% open play. Like, do you understand?
Okay,
if you're
guys,
doing
those
that,
numbers are
no. If you're doing that, we are looking at you like, okay. So once
no
it's not
team
up to
figures,
70%.
hold
Team
on,
has
I'm
more
not
set
done.
piece
I'm
goals
not
in
done.
Champions League. So I just have to point you that's an incorrect statement. In the Champions League this season, no team has more set piece goals than Liverpool Football Club. What are we doing, man?
That's Champions League specific, though.
Like, I
They
don't
don't have
understand why we are talking about Champions.
They don't.
No.
when
We
did
should
I
talk
think the
about
point that
everything.
they're trying to make is that they don't have the reputation of set piece
Exactly.
goals.
It's set piece.
Exactly.
to me.
Arsenal
Like,
scored
Like,
the
yes, they
goal.
Now,
score
please,
set piece goals,
Go and look
but
at Champions League goals. Go and look at our Champions League goals.
no, but the
Martinelli
thing,
has scored
but we
how many
have to
goals?
talk
All of them, are they set pieces?
but we have to talk about all the leagues as a whole. Like,
See,
you
every
don't
time
only play in
Arsenal
Champions
scores
League.
a goal,
Liverpool doesn't
the
only
first thing I'm
play
going
in
to ask
Champions
is,
League.
was it through a set piece? That's the first thing that will come to you.
Yeah, like there's a
Anytime you see
reason
this-
why you're known
Ben,
as
can I ask you a
FC.
question? How did you beat Arsenal this season?
How did we beat you?
It
By
was a
playing
set
well.
piece.
The goal you mean? How did we score?
It was
Yeah,
a
it was-
set piece.
It was. But it was a different kind of set piece, though. You guys want the one that you are
Okay, no,
currently
I have
in the
another
box,
question. I have another question for you. Your equalizing goal against Bournemouth. How did you score?
against Bournemouth. Yeah, one of those things. Yeah, was a set piece. Yeah.
What are we doing here, man?
But how
no.
often does
So
it happen?
you pointed
How
out. No,
often
you
does it
pointed
happen?
out 2 games. Now let's go to Arsenal. How did you guys
I
win
can
your
do
game
this.
last
Should we?
season?
Can we go through all of Liverpool's
We can
games?
do it. We can do it, and then we can find every.
But when
like,
Arsenal
pretty
does it,
much
it's an issue. But
all
other teams are
7
doing
games.
this. I hear you.
You better-
Other teams are
Like,
doing this
Timber scored twice. I'm like, yo, why is Timber scoring
It's
2 goals and an
because-
assist?
It's because of how often you guys score set piece goals compared to open play goals.
I hear
That's
you.
it.
Be better.
So
How are we
okay,
getting
that's
these set
fair.
pieces? How are we getting these set
It's a
pieces?
reputation.
How
I mean,
are
people
we
call
getting these
Liverpool
corners?
Liverpool, but then yeah.
all right,
You
guys.
just
how
Can
are
I
we getting
can
these
I chime in
corners?
real quick? I think that we should a couple
Of
things.
course.
The set piece conversation, I think, is just something that we're not going to convince Akwi. Akwi's not going to convince us because we all know what we know. But I do have some stats, EPL stats
Sorry.
specific, and I think this will probably help to make some of the point for the people that are listening that are saying, what's wrong with set pieces? There's nothing wrong with set pieces, right? A goal is a goal. As we all know, Arsenal's getting their points. No matter how much we might say is haram, no haram, they're doing what they're doing. So it doesn't matter, right? But I do have some stats. So There's only 2 teams. Let me look correctly. Let me see what they texted me. Okay, yeah. Stats team texted me correctly. There are only 2 teams in EPL that have more goals from set pieces than from open play so far this season. Not counting Champions League, so that might tilt the numbers a little bit, but just in the league. Those 2 teams are Chelsea and Arsenal. Chelsea has 7 goals from open play, 8 goals from set pieces. Arsenal has 5 goals from open play, 8 goals from set pieces. That's what we're talking about when we talk about set pieces. It's not just the number, it's in comparison to open play. And again, there's nothing wrong with set piece goals because they are goals, but it does make you feel like, how sustainable is this? And to Akwi's point, they've been doing it for a year. Shit. So maybe it is sustainable, but it's not always fun to watch. We like goals.
And just my final thing on this thing, though, and Akwi's point really is, before then, when have you heard anybody talk about Chelsea and set pieces?
Because it's not what they live by. It's not their reputation.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
I
not
mean,
that
this is just
reputation,
this season.
but
You're
this
right.
season, what do we? Okay,
because
okay,
you know why nobody's paying attention to Chelsea, because they are not known for that. Because all
because
these
they're
things,
not top of the league.
no,
And
no,
also,
it's
mind
not-
you,
it's not
set
that.
pieces,
I
like
don't
set
think
pieces.
that's why.
I feel
Okay, but
like-
you
no,
don't talk about Arsenal's defensive prowess. We don't talk. We like the things that
We do, though.
You
I do
see-
think we talk
see,
about
have we
Arsenal's
mentioned it
defensive
once?
prowess.
We're able to
See,
do these
Akwi,
set piece
there's-
things because
there's
nobody else
nothing-
is scoring.
There's nothing wrong with set pieces goal. You've seen my comments in the page. Like, seriously, if you cannot defend them, stop complaining, because they've been doing it for a long time.
Or
That's
if
my
you
Right.
can't
point with
defend,
that.
period, right? And like that's another
Exactly.
thing that keeps on getting swept under the rug. We're able to win the games this way because you people cannot. Well, no, people cannot score. People cannot
Yeah.
score. And not for nothing about the statement regarding the win. It's now how many 5 or 6? No, maybe I think it's 5 wins against Spanish teams on a bounce. When last did Arsenal see that kind of prosperity? But they want us to be miserable. Let us enjoy small. After years of suffering, it's small.
honestly, we
pieces.
don't care. Like, enjoy, but
You
like
sound
at
like
the
you're
end of the
pressed.
season,
Okay.
Everybody
know,
said
I really
yes.
don't,
I'm
because
not
I
going to
know
say
how
we
the
don't
season is
care.
gonna
Obviously, we do. We've spent
No,
a
no, no,
considerable
we know how the
amount of
season
time
is gonna-
discussing this.
Ricky, we know how the season is gonna end. So, anyways,
Okay,
continue.
well, we're not going down that road today. So let's go ahead and move on. Delapo, I believe, maybe stepped away. I can't tell. Is he here? Okay, he's here. Delapo, if we can briefly talk about the Madrid Juve game, if you can walk us through Madrid's win there. You're muted. Okay, you're unmuted now. Move on, because that's getting awkward. We can come back to that later. So we'll move on to our next segment, which, I mean, I enjoy, which is basically rating people for the week. Akwi, I'm going to start with you. Your assignment was the EPL Player of the Week.
So
I'm
for
back,
me
sorry. I
personally, I
apologize.
think the EPL player of the week has to be none other than the undeniable, Mr. Reliable,
Mm-hmm.
Harry Maguire. What a player.
Okay.
What a mentally strong player. Despite the abuse he's faced, despite being cast out, sent to... I even forgot he played for the team. But when called
Wow.
upon, Harry Maguire showed up. I don't think there was a bigger play in the EPL this weekend. You know, huge results for United. First win in Anfield in how long? Huge redemption story. You know, biggest story of the weekend in my opinion. So you just have to give credit to the man where it's due. Just a mentally strong player. Even when they were slandering him, I don't remember anything out of pocket. Now that I think about it, I can't place a finger where he was overly responsive, even though he had the right to be.
No.
So I just have to commend him. That's like a mentally strong player in dark times showing up. What a man. To Harry Maguire.
To Harry Maguire. Okay, that's fair.
Just wanna
George, I'm going to
say-
come to you. You were tasked with the La Liga flop of the week.
Yeah, to add to Akwi's points, I'm like, not to add to it, it's actually subtracting from it when you think about it. I'm like, Mateta scored a hat trick. All right, Mateta scored a hat trick.
That
last
you
game.
weren't tasked. You weren't tasked.
I know. But
Let's
I'm
stick
just
to
saying,
the
like,
task at hand.
if you're really analyzing, if you're being fair, come on, like, I
He
think
missed a sitter
you
that
should
could have
choose
won
a player.
the match for their
Yeah,
Yeah, so Maguire takes it. I mean, it makes sense. He won a game.
I don't think so. I think
Even as a Liverpool fan, I just thank you for having sense. Sometimes
I
common
just
sense prevails. Good man.
like I said, Mateta scored a hat trick, and
Let's stick to
he did.
your assignment, though, which was La
Yeah,
Liga
my
flop of the
assignment.
week. Yes.
I feel like the La Liga flop of the week is a guy called Neom. I thought this guy retired. I thought this guy retired. He used to play for West Bromwich Albion. I thought he retired, and then I saw they were subbing him on,
Shout
and
out to
I'm
him.
like, oh, he still plays,
He's
and
still,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, okay, cool. But I think he is the worst La Liga player of the week. I couldn't just think of any other person than him, because he got subbed into the game against Madrid in like 2 minutes. He ended up getting a red card, and I'm like, what are you thinking?
What is wrong?
Like
Yeah.
the person that they subbed you for was on a yellow card, so they brought you in so that you can at least get, like, you can't get a red card. That's pretty much what
Yeah.
was supposed to happen. You're supposed to just come in and then defend Vinicius, and then he came in, and the first thing he did was to foul Vinicius. And these Madrid guys, they will sell it. The ref is already on their side, so Vinicius just sold it. And I'm watching the game, I'm like, this is not even a red card, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it
this is
wasn't.
not a straight red. That's a yellow card. But for him to
See?
even do that, like, put himself in a situation where you give the ref, a chance to book you, like, that was just. But yeah, I think he's the worst La Liga player for the past game week. Very, very
Okay.
stupid guy. Yeah, he's 37 years old. Can you believe it?
He is.
He's
Yeah.
been playing ball for a
He
while. 37 years old, and you come
should
and do
probably
something
look
like
at
that.
retirement.
So I
But
do want to.
yeah,
Can I say
anyway.
something?
Oh God.
You have 30 seconds.
So a couple of points on, two things actually. My first point is, I feel like I don't appreciate that we're doing La Liga flop of the week. We should be doing EPL flop of the week. If we're going to bring up La Liga, let's also bring up positive things. We're only going to talk about La Liga to
We
talk about
can.
flop of the week. I don't like that. La Liga fans don't
That's
like
Okay.
fair.
that.
That's fair.
Second point I want to
That's
make,
fair.
All right.
he's talking about Madrid people. Let's make it clear. We all agreed that it was a yellow card offense, but the ref made the call, right? So we can't do anything about it. But I think it was definitely a yellow
Okay.
card offense. It was not a straight red. It was never a straight
Okay.
red. But I was surprised his manager actually didn't really argue, which kind of made me think maybe it was, because the manager was right there and he did not even he didn't
No,
protest.
he argued.
When it happened, he would actually just chill.
I think he got a yellow card.
Yeah, after the fact,
Nah,
after he
I
did,
think he
I
got a
have to
yellow card.
argue, I have to do something, but he didn't really when something happens and the manager is shocked and he was not
Because
going
he didn't
crazy.
know what happened.
He was right in front of him. He saw
Yeah,
it.
he didn't know what happened. Yeah, I think he
Okay.
didn't. Nah, I don't think he saw it. But yeah, it's whatever.
That's all. I just want to bring that. I want to add
Well,
some
I think
context.
that's a valid choice, George. And thank you for the context, Delapo. Ben, you were tasked with the Champions League team of the week.
So, just to get some clarity, were you looking at team of the week as in the individual players, or you're looking at probably
As
a
in
club of the week?
the club of the week.
Yeah.
The
Well,
opposite.
interestingly, I would have to give it to Arsenal.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I would have to give it to Arsenal. I mean,
I'm surprised.
it was a surprise of the week. I mean, with how the results turned out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't like an overly impressive performance, but then how they managed to turn the tide in that way, they humiliated Atletico Madrid. Everybody, majority of people expected a close contest, but they humiliated them. Okay. So we have to give them props for that. So
I'm
no
just
doubt,
really surprised that was your choice.
they would have to collectively as a team. I think they were the team of the week. But then I have to chip in something.
Of
We
course.
cannot just
Now
go
it
ahead
goes left.
and just debunk the haram theory. Call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. We can attribute or compare what Arteta did to Simone to the COVID lab leak theory. I mean, it was a gain of function operation on them. He who masters the haram ball has the antidote. That's what he did.
Jesus Christ.
He taught Simone big lessons on haram. I
Okay.
hold a
Haram
master
pass
key.
haram.
You cannot beat me to my game. So I'll humiliate you. That's what happened. The
Okay.
first half, he tried to go to your I was like, nah, you're not doing this with me in the second half. I know where to get you, and that's what happened. So yeah, so that was it. Arsenal is my team of the week, and kudos to them.
To the surprise of many. Thank you, Ben. Okay. And Delapo. I'm going to have you give us the manager of the week out of all the top 5 leagues. And also, if you can give us a rundown of Juve Madrid as well. We weren't supposed to do that, but you were.
Okay, yeah, I apologize, guys. I had some technical issues. A ghost came in here and spilled my
All
drink
good.
on my computer, so I had to deal with that. But I am the man for the job. I can do both things. I would do it perfectly. So I did a lot of research because when you tasked me with this, I was like, I have to come with facts. I have to come with, I have to look at all 5 leagues. That's a lot of teams. That's like
All 5.
98.
Yes. That's like
98 teams. I think it's 98, maybe 97. Because Bundesliga has like 17. I have a weird number. Anyway, I had to look at all the teams.
18.
Every game, I watched hours and hours of footage. I did a lot of research. So I'm not just going to give you
Okay.
one manager because my research deserves to be heard. I'm going to give you my top 5. I'm going to start from number 5. A lot of teams are considered. Remember earlier this season, I told you this was a season of the big boys? It remains that. That's the theme of the manager of the week. It's about the big boys.
Big
United
boys.
won a game.
Okay.
Amram is not the manager of the week. I don't care about your one-off win. Do it for a couple of weeks, then you start to be considered, right? So, number 5, Vincent Kompany. A lot of people laughed at him at Bayern. Why is Bayern hiring this guy? Bayern is playing some scintillating football. And also, before anyone says they claim him, they have a teenager by the name of Carl. I don't know if you saw his goal in the Champions League, but oh my God, he looks incredible. Musiala is back in training. Bayern is looking scary. Bayern has won, let me see here, 15 games in a row. Someone check that fact. But 15 wins, not win or draw, 15 wins in a row. Harry Kane is playing in midfield.
I know that they've won every single of their games this season.
Yes, I think this season, it's 12, and I think maybe like 3 from last season.
Yeah, 12 out of 12, and some crazy stat where they've scored 44 and conceded 9.
They're ridiculous right now, and they don't have the full team. This is like their B team, kind of. Like, they're ridiculous. They have to be Kompany has to get credit. I'm hearing Farmers League from haters. Don't be a hater, all right? Number 4, Pep. Quietly, Man City is back to be Man City. Performances are not always great, but the results are looking like Man City results. Haaland is scoring every game. Bet your house, your livelihood on Haaland. Every game. 1 goal, 3 shots on targets. Haaland is on fire. Man City is on fire. Rodri hasn't even been playing, right? They thought Rodri was going to be here this season. He basically isn't. Nico Gonzalez looks like a perfect fill-in. Pep is number 4. City's on fire, right? Let me say, I have notes here, but that's what I would say. Just ho hum. That's my note on City. Ho hum. You guys know what ho hum means, right? Number 3, Xavi Alonso. This is not homerisms. This is a new manager in a difficult situation, a lot of new players. Again, he's getting results. Things are working out. He's mixing and matching. Everybody's fighting for their spots in the team. You talked about Juventus. They got that win. That was a potential banana peel. They did not slip. They got the win. 1 clean sheets with Asensio. Backup center backs, getting results. Xavi Alonso, number 3. Number 2, we're going to go to Italy.
Your top 5. Sorry, George, stop. Your top 5. It's not in order, or it is in order?
It is in order. You guys know, listen. Number 5 is Kompany.
Okay.
You always go in
okay.
5 to 1. You have to build up the suspense. Number 5 is Kompany.
Okay.
Number 4 is Pep. Number 3 is Xavi Alonso.
Below Xabi Alonso.
Yes, he's in Germany. He has Bayern.
I just wanted to confirm.
No, yes.
I just wanted to confirm.
Remember,
Continue.
This is manager of the week. This is not manager of the season as well. So, yes.
No, I know. I just wanted to clarify the ranking. And
okay,
I'm
yeah.
Okay,
That's,
number 2.
You got it.
Okay, let's go to
number 2. Going to Italy. In Italy, doing an incredible job with Inter Milan. They had a really good week. They got a big win over Roma. Roma can be tough. They got it on the road. They went to Rome, and they got the win. They got another win in Champions League. Shout out to Inter Milan. Who did they play again? Let me see. Royal Union. It might not sound like a big win, but it's a big win. 4-0, comfortable. They have injuries. Marcus Thuram. Why are you laughing? Marcus Thuram wasn't there. They got the victory. Shout out to Inter Milan.
Mm-hmm.
Number one.
Yeah.
Should be no surprise to anyone unless you're a hater. But I think this guy, he's getting the job done. We might talk about the kind of football, the style, the this, the that. He's mixing and matching. He's getting results. He's top of the league, doing everything he has to do. Hasn't lost a game. I think they've won 3 out of 3 in Champions League. It's Arteta. You have to give it to Arteta. Odegaard is not there. Saka is not back to being 100%. Gyökeres has not shown us his best, if we're being honest, right? But you cannot score against Arsenal. And a lot of that is Arteta. I remember in Arteta's first season, or maybe second season, one of our, our friends from back in the day, I don't know if he's still our friend, but he's in the chat. Josh told us, he told me personally, he said, Arteta has fixed Arsenal's defense. And
the defense.
that's the only
that
true
was his
statement
first
that
season.
Josh has ever said about Arsenal, to be honest. Like, he actually fixed it. Like, Arsenal does not concede. So when George talked about, like, oh, he thought there would be goals in the game, he thought Atletico would score, I don't know why. You don't score against Arsenal, basically. So it was going to be like a 0-0, 1-0 game. The 4 surprised us. Give Arteta credit. He's the manager of the week. A big statement win in Champions League. We know they're not going to win it. But for this week, they're the Kings. I rest.
Okay. Thank you, Delapo. Thank you for
Yeah,
your
that's a lot.
top
That's
five.
a lot.
I really like
That's-
your research.
Yeah, just tell me
And
to bring lists. I'll always
the
bring
That's
a
a lot
list.
explanations.
No, that's a lot
I
of
appreciate-
bullshit. If you were listening, that's a lot of BS. Bro.
Okay, well, that
How
was
is
his
Xabi
assignment.
Alonso in there?
That was his assignment. And then Delapo, could you just a quick minute on the Madrid Juve game?
Yes, yeah. So it was a game, one of those games where Real Madrid came in good form. Juventus, not so much. So Real Madrid were favored to win the game, and it was at Madrid. So everything being equal, the
Right.
game went how it was supposed to go. But it was a tricky game because Juventus have good players, and it's one of those games where, like, honestly, there was no pressure on them. They just had to come out and, like, play, right? They got a chance to counterattack. They had a couple of really good chances. So the game was fairly even though Real Madrid had most of the possession and all that. Juventus had a couple of chances. Courtois, as he always does, had to make some big, big saves. But in the end, Real Madrid got the goal like they always do. Vinny created magic. Bellingham was there to tap it in. And then from that point forward, Real Madrid was definitely the better team. Should have scored. Mbappe should have scored. We should have scored more goals. But it was always in a balance. Like, Juventus literally had, I would say, 3 or 4 really good chances where they could have scored. And Real Madrid had chances as well. So probably a fair result. Could have been a draw, wouldn't have been unfair. But I think, as good teams do at this time of the year, the better team won. They found a way to win. They didn't concede, and all 3 points goes to Madrid. Juventus, their season is, again, like I said, they're not in the best of form. So things might start to get crazy in Juvie if things don't turn around. And for Madrid, big game coming up this weekend. George said, why is Xabi Alonso on that list? Again, that was a banana peel game. That was a game that, like, you could have messed up because you put Bellingham and Goulet in the team. You try to fit all your players in. You have a big game coming up over the weekend where you're looking forward to that game. It worked out. He got the results. Everything is fine. No issues. And ready for the weekend. So that was the game.
Thank you, Delapo, for wrapping that up nicely. We're going to move on to one of
Why is George hated? I don't understand.
my favorite games, because that's what he does.
That's
We're going to
true.
move on to one of my favorite games called This or That. I hope you guys are, ready to play, ready to be honest. Some of these could be a little controversial for some people. Aqua, I'm going to start with you. And your choices are Rodrigo or Kvaratskhelia.
I'm not hearing words.
Aqua, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Wow. How convenient.
Okay, so we'll
Don't do that. I'm back. I guess it was just a connection issue. I don't appreciate that.
I saw movement, but no sound.
In fairness to me, I still can't even pronounce his name, but I was going back and forth.
Kvaratskhelia.
Sure. I think I would give it to him because he's done it at a higher clip. I think he just has more returns, and I think better performances on a bigger stage than Rodrigo has. And I think Rodrigo doesn't have... Hang on, wait. In recent times, he's coming off a Champions League win, and you have to give him the nod for that. And then on top of that, since the champion, I think he
How many
scored
Champions
recently.
Leagues does Rodrigo have, though?
Don't do that. The influence is different. I think that...
You have to go back and watch those games, man. You don't remember.
It's cut out again, Akwi. I can't hear you.
The internet does not want him to say what he's saying.
I know. Actually, I think the mic is not agreeing with what he's saying, so he's just...
Yeah, can I just say something while, he reconnects? I don't think his answer is wrong or blatantly off or anything like that.
No, it's not.
I just think the only
not meant to be
justification of the big stage thing, I don't think is a good point. Because Rodrigo, literally that's Rodrigo's whole case, is that on the big stage, Rodrigo has always been that. He's done it. Comeback games, we need a goal. Rodrigo scores. Champions League debut, you can't use the big stage against Rodrigo. But otherwise...
Yeah.
I'm fine with you choosing him over Rodrigo.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't your question, but Akwi, it looks like you are still going through some things. So we're going to move on to Ben, and we'll get the rest of your response in a little bit, Akwi. Ben, your options, Vitinha or Tonali?
I don't want to use recency bias. In terms of ability, I'll probably go for Tonali. I think Tonali we could have seen more of him in a much better team with much better players. Vitinha, also not to take much away from him, because we saw what he was reduced to at Wolves and what he's doing in the PSG. Based on current form, I'll probably go for Vitinha.
So you're going for Vitinha?
Yeah.
Okay. George.
Yes.
Your options or Semenyo or Olise?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
This or that?
Yeah. I'll probably go with Olise, because I feel like Olise is more of my type of player. Like, in the sense of how he plays. It's more beautiful to watch him play than Semenyo. So I'm just going to base it on that. Right?
So you like the aesthetics?
The aesthetic of Olise is better than the aesthetic of Semenyo. But then again, Olise plays in a much better team, right? Whereas Semenyo plays in Bournemouth. So maybe Semenyo was playing a team like...
Olise was playing Liverpool. At Palace.
Yeah, even at Palace, I still like them. I actually still like them. I rated him. I'm like, oh, this guy is really good. But yeah, just solely based on aesthetics, I'll probably go with Olise. Because I think he's very good, and he's in the Bundesliga. He's not gonna get... You don't get PR in the Bundesliga. You don't get that.
True.
You have to go to Spain, or you have to be in England.
That's interesting for George to say that.
What?
Oh no, I only sorry to cut you off. I only say it's interesting because there's been a lot of people on Twitter, not me, but a lot of people on Twitter have been saying that Olise deserves the PR that Yamau has been getting over the last year.
All right, we're not gonna do this. Like, we're not even about to say Olise deserves. Olise is a better player. No. You're not about to say Olise and Yamau. Yamau is better than in all the wingers in Madrid. So if you're saying Olise is better than Yamau, Olise... No. Olise is better than all the wingers in Madrid as well. Like, let's not do this. No, we're not doing this. Yamau is different. He's a different kind of person. He's a different breed of player. Olise is doing his thing. He's playing really well. He's in a really good team. He's playing the Bundesliga. Like I said, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get that PR. But if you leave Bundesliga and you come to Chelsea, you're gonna get that PR. Now, does that mean you're better than Yamau? No, you're not. So that's to answer your question, Lapel.
But you're going
Olise
with
is good, but he's not better than Yamau. Yeah.
All right. Delapo.
Yes.
Definitely better than Vinicius, though. But yeah, continue.
Why are you so bothered? Like, I didn't say it. That's what they say on Twitter.
Nico Williams or Rafinha?
But that's an easy one. For me, if anyone has listened to me, it's clear Rafinha is better than Nico Williams. Nico Williams is a nice player, has potential, can get there, but he hasn't gone there. A lot of the Nico Williams hype is hype on potential, because remember, whenever we see young players, we always imagine what they're going to be. Like, oh, he hasn't though. He hasn't done it yet. He's not there yet. Rafinha is that. Rafinha was doing what he did last season at Barcelona. Nico Williams in the same place is not doing that. Not that he's not going to be good and incredible and that Barcelona doesn't want him. And all, like, of course they wanted him, but Rafinha is better. So I feel like I got the easiest one.
Okay. Akwi, did you feel like you were leaning towards Kvaratskhelia over Rodrigo, but we didn't get a definitive?
Yeah, no, I'm just not going to have to go that way because of recency bias. I know the Lapel believes he's done it. He showed up in the past. Listen, I don't care. He didn't come to Arsenal. We're going big cover.
I'm like, what do you mean I believe?
I'm
like,
honest.
It's not a belief. It's a fact.
Hey, whoa. Big cover.
Okay. George, Odegaard or Florian Wirtz? You're muted if you're...
Damn,
Yes,
so you
yeah.
guys didn't hear that laugh? That's kind of sad.
No, we didn't.
Could do it again.
No, it's not natural. It's not natural. But man, see the thing with like, okay, let's analyze both of them,
aesthetics.
right?
Which one looks better?
No,
to
it's
you?
not. It's not even this one. It's not even aesthetics. Like, let's analyze both of them, right? Odegaard, was Odegaard good last season? People were like, no, he didn't play well last season, right? They were like, he wasn't his best. So that's why Arsenal also didn't win any trophies. I'm like, they don't, whether he's at his best or not, Arsenal still don't win the trophy. But they were like, the main reason Arsenal did not win trophies was because Odegaard was not his best. And then you compare Wirtz last season, and I feel
Incredible
like
season.
Wirtz was a better player. He played really well last season, hence why he got a move to Liverpool. The season before that, you can't even compare both of them because Wirtz legit was like the powerhouse in that Leverkusen team. Like he was the
Undefeated.
creator, he was the goal scorer, he was doing it all. He legit was the guy, the number 10 in that team. Odegaard, like there's no sense of consistency in his game. You see flashes here and there. He failed at Madrid. So yeah, I'll just give it to Wirtz. I think, yes, he's not started really well at Liverpool, but it's a new league, right? It's a new team. It will take some adjusting. And I believe like after some time, he's only gonna get better. I don't see him getting worse. That's the thing. I watch him play and like Ben was saying, he creates chances, right? But it's a new league. He's gonna get used to it. He's gonna adapt and he's gonna flourish. But for now, if we have to compare him to Odegaard, I'm like, yeah, Wirtz is better. He's a better player than Odegaard. Yeah.
Delapo,
Yes.
Carlo Ancelotti or Jose Mourinho?
So I think I see what you're trying to do, but the answer is
I'm
quite
not
simple.
trying to do anything.
Here again. The answer, maybe 7 years ago, it could have been a toss-up. Maybe 7 years ago, it might have been Mourinho. It's Carlo. Don Carlo is a better manager. He's done it everywhere with everyone. He's outdone him at Madrid. He did it with Everton, where at a time that he wasn't even appreciated, including by me, because I was like, I don't know why we want this guy back. Everton, ever since he left,
I'm sorry,
was like,
but did it at Everton's a bit of a stretch, but I'm rocking with you.
well, what can one do at Everton? Whatever you could do at Everton is what he did at Everton.
Fair.
And after he left, we saw that DCL is not a player. Like these guys he was working with nothing, right? So he did it at Everton. I'll give him the credit for Everton. The only place I think he disappointed me was Napoli. And honestly, if I go back, it might not have been as bad as it felt like in the moment. So for me, it's Don Carlo. Yeah, even Brazil looks like they're getting results now. I'm eager to see Brazil at the World Cup. I hope they don't tarnish his, his reputation. But he's a perfect man for the job even there. So, and Mourinho, I've been off Mourinho for a while. Like 4 years ago, I was trying to convince people Mourinho is not a top manager. In the chat, they were still arguing he's a top man. Like, we see where things have gone. Not to, again, speak ill about him. He's a great manager, one of the best ever. But the game has passed him by, and we all know it. Don Carlo, you can't say the same thing about him.
I want to say he also failed at Bayern, Don Carlo.
I wouldn't say failed, but...
Yeah, I think he failed.
Akwi, hi.
Hello.
Cody Gakpo or Luis Diaz?
It's gotta be Luis Diaz for me. I'm sorry.
Okay. Any reason why?
I don't know. Gakpo, he's just never been super consistent for me. I guess you could say the same about Diaz, but then he's gone to Bayern, but he's consistent there. I don't know if it's just a Liverpool thing. I guess I just like Diaz more as a player. I think he's more threatening. I think Gakpo maybe gets in better spaces. I think I find Diaz to be the more threatening player.
Okay.
And coming off that United performance, I know he scored, but if you should have had 4 or 5 goals, I'm not giving you credit for just one.
Okay. Ben, hi. Isak or Ekateke?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
You tell me.
Alexander the Great any day.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, come on, we shouldn't be doing this.
Okay. I didn't expect such a quick response. George.
But I wouldn't start him though. Let's not confuse two things.
Listen, it's this or that. And you've made your choice. George, Harry Kane or Haaland?
So you know what's
Aesthetics.
funny, right? I was on X.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics.
It's not about aesthetics, bro. I
Okay.
was on X, right?
Uh-huh.
And someone posted a video, and there's a compilation of Harry Kane. I think it was playmaking Harry Kane, or a play like the version of him that he creates chances and whatnot. And I saw this guy in between the center backs in one of the clips. Like legit, like the two center backs in their half, like in the Bayern's half, like the way he was deep, like next to Neuer. And I'm like, why is he there? And it wasn't just one clip; it was like multiple clips of him just dropping deep into the CDM position, and then he's pinging a pass. And I'm like,
He was doing the
maybe
same
I
thing
need
at
to watch.
Spurs.
Yeah, he's always been like
No,
that.
this is different. At Spurs, he was mostly in the midfield. I don't think he was like that deep, like next to the center backs. I don't think it
Sometimes
was.
he was.
Company
I
this
don't think
past
so.
week, Company has played him as a midfielder, like
Really?
essentially, like
I
he's
think it's even
like at
true
Spurs
about
he
Bayern
dropped.
because I saw more of
He's
that
actually
in
been
Spurs
played
than
at
Bayern.
midfield.
Yeah, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is him being that deep isn't new, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that deep. I don't think at Spurs he was like next. Like I feel like yes, if you see him next to the center backs, it's probably like from a set piece, a corner kick or something. I don't think what he's doing right now at Bayern. I need to post that video in the chat. But I don't think. Okay, I don't think what he's doing right now at Bayern is. I've never seen him do it. I'm sorry. This guy is
Yeah,
right
that's fair.
back, left back, pinging passes. I'm like, yeah, bro.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere, and he's somehow still managed to score the number of goals that he's scoring. So I want to give it to Harry Kane right now, based on current form, like right now, and like since the season started. I'll probably give it to Harry Kane.
Just this season.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah,
like, why are you? What's all this pussyfooted?
No. I'm just saying.
Say it.
Just this season, I would give it to Harry Kane. But overall, my preference, I'll most likely go with Haaland. Like, I know, like, okay, who would I want at Barcelona? Haaland. I will not take Harry Kane.
Only Barcelona. It's Valencia.
But who would I want at Barcelona? Haaland. But right now, based on current form, just this season alone, 8 games or whatever number of games we played this season, I would give it to Harry Kane.
But
So,
seriously,
I don't know.
provided
Choose one.
provided you guys normally go with the ball playing like forward, do you think Haaland's style will suit Barcelona more than Kane?
Right.
I think Haaland is going to fit Barcelona to the T. You guys don't understand, bro. Haaland, because, man, we cross now. Barcelona crosses. We don't play those tiki-taka where, yeah, we always need a striker that is going to link up play and whatnot. We are not that team anymore. We actually use a target man. That's why when
Araujo
Lewandowski
plays
got
striker
injured,
for them.
like, Araujo is playing as a striker. That's what I'm telling you. Haaland is going to fit our style of play to the T. Because we don't play, we don't do that. Okay, we need like a David Villa or we need like a false 9 Messi. Nah, we don't do that anymore. We are coming
So
for
you're going,
you.
but for this, you are going with Harry Kane.
Just this season, he said.
I mean, he said for
the past
for
4
this
weeks.
season, right? But
The
yeah, for
overall
the
pick was
past 4, it's
Haaland.
not 4 weeks. For the past 2 months.
All
2
right.
months, I'll go with Harry Kane.
Akwi, the great VVD or John Terry?
John Terry.
Would you care to elaborate?
John Terry. Horrible human being, fantastic defense.
Okay.
No, obviously, I'm taking the piss. I think Virgil is a better defender. And I know it might be hate because Chelsea and Drogba used to
So you're
smack us.
going Virgil over Terry.
I do think Virgil over Terry. I don't
Okay.
I think it might be a little bit biased there, but I think as a defender, like, I don't know, I think John Terry was a good leader, but like physically, his physical capabilities, I think VVD is just a bigger pause guy. He's just like physically more dominant. He's faster. I think he's quicker.
That does not sound right, man.
He already
Listen,
paused it,
please
guys.
calm
Come
down.
on, be mature.
No, but like
He
saying
paused, but
pause
then he
and
kept
then
going.
keep
He
going,
kept
like that's
going,
crazy.
yeah.
It's not only
quicker.
does it's a preface. It's not
Bigger.
that deep. All right, man.
Damn.
Guys,
Regardless,
enough with the
I'm sure it's
deep.
I
not
just think
that
that.
deep. Sorry.
I
It
mean,
was right there.
preference.
Somebody
I
had
mean,
to do it.
But no, I was joking about Terry. I just think like physically he's better. He's won on all the big stages as well. I think he's a better leader, not for nothing. And he's a way better human being. John Terry can kick rocks.
Okay.
It factors in. It factors in. If all else equal, arguably he can kick rocks. Still.
Dolapo,
Yes.
Hakimi, or Trent?
I feel like I'm getting all the easy ones. Hakimi is a better player than Trent. Hakimi does it on both ends. He's a solid defender. You're not worried about him defensively, even if he might not be there. But it's because he attacks so much.
Mhm.
His engine is like, the guy plays, does he ever rest? He does not get subbed. He does not ever rest. He does not get tired. He plays right wing. He plays right back. He plays striker. Hakimi is a Madrid product. So you also know that he has that DNA. Hence why they won Champions League. Hakimi is African. I mean, I don't want to just start throwing in factors, but Hakimi over Trent. It's not close
Okay.
for me.
Okay. That's fair. Ben. Hi. Are you ready?
I think we are playing a different game. Like, it's this or that for everyone, and it's honestly test for Dolapo. Yeah, it's like you're running an integrity test for Dolapo, and the rest is like a game, this or that. Like, you're putting a tight spot. His questions are tight.
No. There's no bias towards anyone here.
Okay, that's what I feel.
Okay. Yeah. Rasmus Hoylund or Darwin Nunez?
I knew where this was going. Oh my God. Let me say this on record.
Yes, on record.
Okay, the fact that
Listen.
George called Darwin Nunez, and I'm
Alright,
saying
we're
this
not
for the
buddies.
world to know,
That's not what
And-
this is about.
and
We're not doing
he's sort of turned his back on the player. I'm gonna go
We're
with
not doing
Darwin.
this.
Okay. But the question is this or that, Hoyland or Nunez?
I'm gonna go with Darwin. I think he didn't get a fair chance at Liverpool, but in terms of
He
being
didn't get a fair chance. How many seasons did he spend at
it
Liverpool?
doesn't matter. He didn't get a fair chance. He was mishandled by the previous manager and not trusted by the new manager enough. So I think he didn't get a fair chance. But in terms of ability, Haaland is my player, but I'll go for Darwin.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I
Nunez
also want to
over
go on
Haaland.
record. Darwin Nunez is not a George player. It was a George.
Huh?
I called him. Hold on. I called Darwin Nunez.
Hey, it's
But
my
someone-
time.
Someone decided to hijack
You shouldn't be doing
my
this. It's my
player.
time.
So I left it
Come
for
on.
him. I left
Rookie,
Darwin
we'll
Nunez for
move
Ben
on.
Echo, and then he pushed an agenda. The agenda was
He
Darwin
did.
is better than Haaland.
He did.
So I can't.
is
I can't do
true.
that. He's trying to do the same to him for.
Okay. Akwi,
Hi.
David Silva or
Damn.
Ozil for me. I'm sorry, and it's not close. And I respect David Silva, but I just think Ozil's that was a mistake. Sorry, it's not even close for me. Ozil is my favorite player
Yeah.
of all time. I think he is a unicorn.
if I'd known that, I wouldn't have done this.
Yeah, that was a mistake. It's okay, but don't worry. Let's do this live. Ozil is the only player to have the assist record in every single league he's played in. I don't care whichever one you want to put on. All your greatest greats will tell you he is one of the greats. And I think never has there been a player that's just purely about creating for others. Just in his blood, in his MO, so unselfish, so... It's just like when they say the beautiful game, you're watching Ozil play football. Like, just wherever you look at him, in Madrid, in Arsenal, obviously, that guy was just doing things in Germany. What a player. And David Silva is fantastic as well. It's hard for anybody, but for me, it's not close. It's not close at all. Big Mesut, only one. Goatzil, some are saying.
Okay. Ben,
Mm-hmm.
Klopp or Slot?
Oh my God. Can I choose neither? I don't know. Actually torn between the two. I think Slot is still yet to prove himself
Okay.
because we cannot attribute last season's success all down to him. He used Klopp's team, tweaked a few things here
Weren't
and
you
there.
arguing, though, that he
Wait,
was a
let
more
me get to my
tactical
point.
manager than
I'm
Klopp?
building my point.
Okay.
Tweaked a few things here and there and got some
Right.
results. Okay. I don't know if Klopp would have been able to win the league last season despite like everything not really stepping up to the plate. But then
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, so I feel this season will be the first season to like have a fair assessment of Slot with what he can do with his own team. And even that, I don't think it will be really, really fair because he has to actually get his team like everybody gelling to actually give him a fair run. But
Right.
if I'm going to judge a manager based on tactical abilities and stuff like that, Klopp has always not been one of my favorites when it comes to his tactical prowess. That's something
Right.
I take it to the grave any day. So, but for achievements, legacy, and everything, currently I'll go for
George, Mbappe or Dembele?
I think it's fairly straightforward, right?
I don't know if it is.
How do you want
but-
to do it? Yeah, I think it's fairly straightforward. Like, Mbappe has a World Cup, Dembele has a World Cup. Mbappe has League 1, Dembele has League 1. Mbappe has what else? Nothing. Dembele has the Spanish League, he has Champions League, and then he has Ballon d'Or. So I'll go with Dembele right now. Dembele head, and she's the best player in the world right now. Whether I like it or not, he's the best player in the world right now. So
Okay.
Dembele it is.
Okay. And Dolapo, you have our last one.
All right, let's do it.
Big Ben's Benzema
Mm.
or Ibrahimovic?
So this one, I'm going to have to do what George did. I'm going to have to give you a lot of excuses and context. I think that from a pure footballing standpoint, it's Ibrahimovic, it's Zlatan, right? Like, we know what the guy was. He was incredible, like a legend. But obviously Benzema had the actual production, had the actual like, he did it consistently, and he did it in a way that was like the top levels. Zlatan was like, as younger days, he had the highlights, he had all that stuff. Benzema did it longer. But if we're just picking one player or the other, I'll say Zlatan. Let me not lie. Zlatan. But it's close. I see some haters talking about it's not close. It's very close. And if you said Big Ben's, you're not wrong. You're entitled to that opinion. Any of our listeners that disagree with me, I agree with you. So yeah,
Okay.
I choose Zlatan and Big Ben's.
I think you made the right choice. But, that's just me. I'm going to stick with you, Dolapo, as we move on to our predictions for this week.
Okay.
Arsenal is still top of the table. They're, 3 points clear of City? And they play Crystal Palace,
No louder.
who has
no
been
louder.
in pretty decent form. Sorry,
They
what
lost.
was that, Akwi?
yesterday.
The Arsenal top of the league, we're very nervous about jinxes around this time. So no, say it gently.
Isn't it too early
I'm
to
going
be
to say it even
jinxed?
louder. So Arsenal is top of the league, 3 points clear of Manchester City. Jinx or not, we don't care. So Dolapo, Crystal Palace has been in form. Just give me the scoreline. We don't need to, break it down or anything.
Oh man, I had a
They
whole
will be playing
breakdown.
at Emirates.
But okay, understood. Arsenal's home, Crystal Palace
I mean, you
away.
can give us a quick breakdown
No,
if
I'm
you can,
not. No,
quickly
I'm not.
summarize.
Uncut 90. We're running up against the
Okay.
time. I'm going to make sure it's uncut and it's 90. Arsenal's going to win the game, but it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I'm going to call it at 2-0. I already told you guys earlier, nobody scores against Arsenal. Mateta might have a chance, but I think Arsenal have the center backs to hold him down. Crystal Palace, I think they're on their way down from the high of the past however many months. So 2-0 Arsenal. Competitive
Ben,
2-0.
do you agree with Dolapo?
Well, we should expect an Arsenal win, but at the same time, I feel Palace might be one of the bookie teams for Arsenal this season. They might be.
Okay.
So I'm going for a draw, either a 1-1
Mhm.
or 0-0.
Okay. George?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with Ben. I think it's gonna be a 1-1. A 1-1
Okay.
game.
And last but not least, Akwi.
I can't do that. Bad block.
And every time you say that, you still have to because you are part of the team.
And every time you know what time it is. Don't ask silly questions. Arsenal 2-0 by God's grace. Thank you.
Oh, so you did all that to give us, the scoreline anyway. Thank you.
That's hate. What's your own prediction?
Don't worry about it. You'll find out on
No.
Sunday.
That must be part of the segment. We need rookies on live what's it called, recording. We need your own prediction so that when we come back next week, there's no hiding. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Management.
I am going to predict 1-1 as well. Yeah, that's my prediction. Dolapo,
Yeah.
last game we're going to predict for this week
Oh.
is El Clasico.
I wasn't ready yet. All right. Let's have it. No, I'm ready.
How could you not be ready? I'm sure you've
ready.
been thinking about this.
I haven't been thinking about the score because
Okay.
in Madrid, we're really just focused on performances right now. We're not too focused on results.
I see.
We're building up our team. So that's what our focus is
Mhm.
on. I'm looking for Real Madrid to play.
All right. And you are playing at home at the Bernabeu.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. But yes, we are at home. I'm looking for Madrid to play a clean game, a good game,
Clean.
a competitive
A
game.
good game.
Now, this
A
is what I
competitive
think is going to
game.
happen. I think this game is going to have a lot of goals because Barcelona games feature a lot of goals. So they're going to be goals. Barcelona can't stop you from scoring, and you
Okay.
can't stop them from scoring. I'm going to call it a 2-2 game. Hopefully 3-2 for Madrid, but I'm going to call it 2-2.
2-2.
There'll be lots of goals, lots of chances. I think Madrid scores 2, and I hope Barcelona scores less, but 2-2. 2-2.
And bonus question, who do you think is scoring?
For Madrid, you have to have your money on Mbappe scoring. He scored like how many games in a row until this midweek? He scores every
Until last-
game, whether it's a penalty, whether it's just chances. He gets lots of chance. Like he's, for those that haven't been paying attention because they were hating last season at the beginning and agenda, blah blah blah, the trolling. Mbappe is Mbappe. Like the Mbappe that we all know is the Mbappe that is now playing. So he's pretty good for a goal if Madrid is going to score. And if I had to throw someone else in there, let me tell you what, this is for Madrid. Mbappe scores because he just always scores now. Goulet, goal or assist because he's a key player in the team now and he always contributes. And then Vinny, I think Vinny's going to turn up this game. So those are the guys I'd be looking for. For Barcelona, it's a little bit hard to tell because a lot of different guys show up. The one guy that has consistently played, so naturally will consistently be in the numbers, is actually Marcus Rashford. I hope he doesn't do anything against us because I don't want to deal or hear about, I don't want to hear about him. But he's the guy that if you have to pick someone.
We'll discuss that on another
If you had to pick
episode.
someone, Rashford probably will be involved. That's it.
Can't wait to have a conversation about Rashford. Thank you, Dolapo. George, give us your prediction.
We are going to beat these people, Rookie.
Who's we? And who are these people?
Yo, Rookie. We are going to beat them. So what? The Labo is talking about Madrid is going to score. Have you watched their games? They don't create chances. The only chance they're going to create is the chance we give them to have. They will not create chances. They don't create chances. Do you understand? We have to give them a chance. And that will come from maybe like a bad pass or
Eric Garcia, George player.
I don't know, something. Someone makes a mistake at the back and then they'll get a chance. These guys will pass the ball from the left to the right. They don't go forward. They go backwards, left, right. I'm like, yo, what is this? When I watch Madrid, it's like, yo, you're controlling game. I'm like, yeah, you control games against like the smaller teams, the teams that will sit back and they can't hit you on transitions and stuff like that. Do you understand? when you meet the big teams that actually know how to transition, look at Juventus, bro. Juventus should have scored these people like 3 or 4 goals, bro. They had like three good chances. Vlahovic had a 1v1 and he missed it. At the end of that game, I think some guy, I don't know who, I think it was Jonathan David or something like that. He had a clear-cut opportunity and then he missed it. You are not going to get away with that when you're playing Barcelona. No. With that
So what do you
space
think
at the back,
scoreline is?
no, we'll beat these people. Like, I'm just
6-0?
hoping Rafinha. No, listen. I'm hoping Hansi Flick doesn't start Rafinha, right? And I hope he's not tempted to start Rafinha. I hope like he keeps Rafinha on the bench and he plays. He's most likely going to play Yamau, and he's going to play most likely Ferran Torres, Firmino, and then Rashford. I was reading today that Frankie de Jong is sick. I'm hoping he comes. Like, I'm also hoping he doesn't start Frankie de Jong. I'm hoping he plays Casado. The reason I'm saying this is because the way Barcelona plays is we don't really start well. Like, a lot of times, the first 20 minutes of the game, we don't really start well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have those players where, like, you know,
To
you
come
have
on later on.
Yeah, you have those players to come on later on. I'm like, that's perfect. Make them think they are going to win the game. If they score first, they'll probably score. Like, I feel like Madrid is going to score 1 goal, but Barcelona is averaging 2 goals every single game.
So I said 2-2.
You have to stop
Okay.
us from scoring.
So
And
what's the scoreline?
I feel like we're going to beat these people. Like, I want to say 4-2. We're going to beat them 4-2. It's
4-2.
probably going to be more, but 4-2 is
Okay.
me being considerate.
We'll take the 4. We'll take the 4.
4-2, bro. We'll beat them.
Any
bro.
other
Beat them
thing
like this.
from that will be a bonus. We'll count that as a bonus.
Yeah.
Ben,
You
can
see
I
how
get
the
your
level is
prediction,
like,
please?
the level
You
is
know,
we don't care about result.
there's a saying they say in you know, in some parts of the world, they say the how do they say it? The coconut that makes a lot of noise. You know, there's nothing inside.
Listen,
How busy the calabash, you know? So we don't have to make noise. We'll see what's inside after the weekend.
every single time I come on here and I tell you that we're going to beat Madrid, what happens? We beat them.
Every
Do
single
you understand?
time.
At
Like,
some point,
from
I even
one
told you.
season. Shift.
No, even before that, Xavi's time, I told you who was going to score. I told you Rahul was going to score, Fernando, and it happened exactly like that.
So you
when it
told
comes
us
to
now,
you guys,
4-2.
I feel like
Yeah.
4-2. I can
We've
figure
heard.
you guys out.
Nobody's arguing with you. You said your score. We'll be back next week.
Just give us your
But is
prediction.
Rafinha fit to play though?
Well, he's 100% clear to play, but I hope he doesn't start. I think he's
Yeah.
going to come on in the second
Well,
half, but I hope he doesn't start.
For me, I think differently. Like I'm thinking if he starts, it's gonna be a disaster for Madrid. But if they don't start him, no. I mean, George, you have your opinion on that, but this is how I feel about the game. If they don't start him, I expect Madrid to beat them 1-0. But let me emphasize on this. Undeservedly.
Okay, you think it's going to be
1-0.
through a shady call?
It's gonna be a shady goal, shady call, a lot of complaining by the Barca players, and it's gonna end 1-0.
I don't know how
But
Ben
if-
is always
You
wrong.
mean by the Madrid players?
But if Rafinha starts, the dynamics is gonna change. Those guys are gonna be panting for air for the rest of their lives throughout the game.
Okay, so what's
that's
So yeah,
what's your scoreline?
He said
I'm just saying it's gonna be if Rafinha starts, I'm going for 3-0 in favor
Girl,
of
we ain't got no.
Barca.
Like, pick one.
If
He
he
already
doesn't
told you
start, I'm going for
1-0.
1-0.
Okay, I'm
Madrid.
just gonna go with 1-0.
His score is wrong. You don't have to worry about his
Akwi.
score.
Who's home? Who's home?
Like, there's no way the game ends
Madrid
1-0.
is home.
We are gonna be
Who's
back
home?
here.
But
Trust me.
either way, there will be
Madrid,
goals.
Madrid is
Who's
home.
Madrid is
Forget-
home.
Oh,
Forget
3-3.
it.
3-3. 3-3.
Okay.
You're not going to see a lot of goals. You mark it somewhere.
Nah, I actually think there will be goals. There will definitely be goals. All right, Akwi, I'm going to stick with you. If you could give us your final words, please. Thanks for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. Always a pleasure when things are going well. You know the vibes. I'll keep it short. Arsenal, please stay consistent. Glory, glory, Man United. I hope you get your next win and then another one after that. for what you have done. I think that's a 3-piece, 4-piece in the bag for you guys. Big Amorim. What a result. Come on, you Gunners. Kui out.
Ben, thanks for joining us tonight. Your final words?
Well, pleasure to be back here once again. And thank God the storm is over. Now that the lid has been lifted off and the curtain has been torn into two, it is Wirtz season. Everybody is about to be pumped.
Okay.
Liverpool is not going to drop points henceforth.
Till when?
You do realize this is being recorded, right?
It's open season. Nobody is escaping the Wirtz assault. Trust me.
Sure. Thank you. It wouldn't be an episode without some sort of delusion from you, so thank you. George, your
You
final
eat your
words,
words.
please.
Man, my final words goes to the last message, and you don't want to respond, but we will watch it together, whether you like it or not. It's either we go to the spot I picked, or I come to your house. Choose one. We will watch that game together. Respond to that message. I need to call Emeka. We are all going to watch that game. I need to see your face, or else we beat you guys. My final words goes to you.
And last but not least, Dalap.
Okay. Thank you, fans, for listening. We appreciate your attention for getting through this episode. George, to respond to you, I'm going to be busy, so not going to watch the game together.
Of course. That means you're not going to watch the game too, right?
I will try to wait to watch the game on my phone. For Madrid fans listening and are a little worried because I'm sounding not super confident, I want you to be rest assured. It's not about us scoring goals. I already told you guys, it's about us Stop laughing. It's about us developing as a team. My only concern.
Yo, who are you trying to convince, though?
I'm talking to Madrid fans. Please be quiet. Madrid fans, the only reason that we have to be concerned going into this game is our defense, right? Our defense, we haven't had a steady 4. We have injuries. If Asensio plays, so that's the reason that I'm a little concerned. Otherwise, we're going to play. Let's focus on the positive things that are going to happen. Vinny is back. Mbappe is back. And we'll be here. And I promise you, we're going to have the last lap because we are going to win La Liga. I don't know if you guys know that yet. Real Madrid is winning the league. And Champions League, we're going to semis. So I'll end it there. So Barcelona will laugh and laugh and laugh. They'll win Copa del Rey if they're lucky. That's it. So George, let's talk at the end of the season.
Is it too late for me to change my prediction?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Wait, for which game?
For the Madrid game, I would
You're
immediately
Asensio,
like to change.
Afraid? Okay.
No, I would immediately like to change my prediction.
Okay.
That was
what is
not
your prediction?
Very confident. I would also like to take 4-2 Barcelona, Alex. Thank you.
Oh my God. I don't want this. No, I don't want this. Sounds like a jinx, but I don't want this.
Okay, 4-2
Not Akui on my
Barcelona.
side, no.
Wow.
A la Madrid.
Ben, you're the only
A la
one
Madrid,
who
always.
predicted a Madrid win.
Only one who's going to be right consistently.
He could be right on the result, but his score is
Yeah.
wrong. It's definitely not 1-0.
See.
You guys are not going to create any chances. You're going to get one dubious goal. That'll be it. It's not like
It's Barcelona. You get chances against Barcelona. Once you show up, you have 3 chances.
Thanks for joining tonight, guys. My final words are congratulations to my fellow co-host, Delapo, on his nuptials.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Big Popo.
Happy married life.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Rodrigo's like, bro, let me put this in the air. Everyone needs to know Dolapo is married.
Yeah, everyone needs to know.
It's not a secret.
Yes,
I'm
so
actually
those
gonna,
are, it's really not. But those are my final words. Congrats, Delapo.
Thank
Marriage
you
looks
very
good
much.
on you. We're
Thank you
happy
very
for
much.
you.
Akui, when are you getting married?
And
When
to
are you getting
our
married? Your mates are marrying.
listeners, we'll catch you next episode, George,
Yeah,
and we'll
y'all
plan
got
for your
to
wedding too.
And if you guys like
Bye.
what you see,
Akui,